So while I'm working on my book about the 2009 Saints, I had a chance to speak to Mickey Loomis, and one of the questions I asked him was, who is the most important piece to the puzzle? Obviously, a lot of people were brought into that 2009 squad that were different from a few years prior, and they were constantly building this machine that would end up winning the Super Bowl. So who was that most important piece to Loomis?
Look, the easy answer is Breeze, right? Because of what he became. When we got him, I wouldn't say that that's what we would have said. Breeze he was the most important player we've ever signed. Maybe the most important player ever signed in the history of free agency. Mm-hmm. But it was a little bit under the radar at the time because he'd been hurt. He'd had some okay seasons in San Diego, but nothing that you would say would lead you to believe he's a Hall of Fame player. So I think those two things, happened in a different way. They were really important into 06 that led to, this run of teams that we had. I would say John Vilma was a super important piece that we added in through a trade in 07 or 08. I can't remember what year it was. Because he became, just like Breeze was the leader of our offense and leader of our team, John Vilma became the leader of our defense.
Right.
And that was really important, too. So there was there's so many guys. In football, it's not about one person or one player. It just really isn't. You've got to have a combination of a lot of guys, some of which are under the radar. And, look, we were lucky enough to hit on a lot of guys. Scott Fajita and Mark Semino and Malcolm Jenkins in the draft, and Pierre Thomas and Roman Harper and Marcus Colston, who was a seventh-round pick, and Zach Street. I mean, we just hit on so many guys that ended up being big-time contributors and great culture guys for our team that it's hard to just say, hey, this one piece added made the difference.
Understood. So he mentioned a lot of people. Who was the most important piece? Let's get into it, but don't forget to subscribe. Here we go.
I think the most important player that we got early was Reggie Bush because, look, he was a superstar, in the eyes of everyone when he came out of college. And for him to come to New Orleans, that just kind of lit a spark under our city, I think, and lit a spark nationally about our team.
Whodat, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.